Thanks for coming. This is going to be a great Macworld. You know, everybody at Apple has been thinking different for the last couple of years. We're selling a lot of computers. But there's something else happening here. The resurgence of Apple. And you're going to see a lot of that today. We've got some great new products. Some really great new products. Some insanely great new products. Some really, totally, wildly, insanely great new products. We have got products that are going to make...
That's not me at all. That's not me at all. You're blowing it. Look, you're supposed to come over here, open a water, get the slide clicker, then you can put your hands together. This insanely great thing, we stopped using that 100 years ago. You know? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, Noah Wyle. I invited him here today so he could see how I really act, and plus because he's a better me than me.
Thank you. I am just glad that you're not mad about the movie.
What? Me upset? Hey, it's just a movie. But, you know, if you do want to make things right, you could get me a little part on ER. That'd be really great.
Dr. Jobs, okay. Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Huh? Are you still a virgin?
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, Noah Wyle. Well, we have a lot to talk about today, so let's get started. The first thing I'd like to do is give you a business update on Apple, and the news is really positive. We just reported our third fiscal quarter profits for the quarter ending in June of over $200 million. And that is our 7th consecutive quarterly profit in a row. So Apple is now on a very, very firm financial footing. In addition to that, we crossed $3 billion in cash. And we feel so strongly about the future of Apple stock as an investment that we announced a buyback program to buy back $500 million ourselves over the next period from time to time. So we're very, very excited about that as well. Another thing that's really key is we've been bringing operational excellence back to Apple. And a great measure of that is inventory. And the way you measure it is how many days of inventory do you still own at the end of each quarter. And as of 2 quarters ago, we set a record for ourselves of 1 day of inventory. Well, how do you top that? Well, we did. We topped it with less than 1 day of inventory, 15 hours of inventory. Now, that's important because the more efficient we are, the more we can save money and pass it on in terms of lower prices of our products. And how does this compare to our competitors? Well, Compaq with 28 days of inventory, the direct twins of Gateway and Dell at 9 and 6 respectively, and Apple at 0.6 days. So we're very, very happy about this. And lastly, very pleased to announce that Mickey Drexler, the CEO of Gap Inc., has joined our board of directors. We've got a great board, and Mickey's going to make it even better. So that's a quick business update. Now I'd like to get on to the products. The first product I'd like to talk about is QuickTime. QuickTime is a core technology for Apple. We think this is incredibly strategic, and we think we are way ahead technically of anybody else. And the first thing to mention about QuickTime is that we recently hosted the largest internet event in history. Lucasfilm came to us and they said, would you please host the trailer for Star Wars I: The Phantom Menace? We want to put it out just in QuickTime because that's what our customers want. Our audience wants the quality that only QuickTime can give. And we said, sure. Now, we had to build a lot of infrastructure for this. We've learned a ton because over the last few months, there have been over 23 million downloads of this trailer. And everybody tended to go for the highest quality version, which was 25 megabytes. And so we've downloaded over 400 terabytes in the last few months. Off the charts. And the experience has been really terrific. Now, we also launched QuickTime 4. QuickTime 4 is the latest release of QuickTime, and it advances it in quite a few areas. We have some terrific new codecs in there to give us the best visual quality, the best audio quality. We also have a whole new look for the player, which has been very well received. But the largest single advance has been to add live internet streaming. We now do live internet streaming better than anybody on the internet for video and audio. And since we put this QuickTime 4 player on our website for download in the second half of April, there have been over 10 million downloads. This is huge. And so we are powering up with QuickTime, and we're going to give a real run for their money. So, what now? What do we do now? Well, today we're announcing QuickTime TV. What is QuickTime TV? Well, we want to simply make the best experience for viewers to watch great video on the internet. And frankly, the experience isn't so terrific now for live streaming on the internet, as most of you know. So what do we need to do? What pieces do we need to put in place for QuickTime TV? Well, let's go back to regular TV first. The first thing we need is a television receiver, right? Your TV set. The second thing we need are television stations to broadcast content. But that's not enough, because a television station in California cannot be received out here in New York, or vice versa. And so you need a broadcast network to carry these television stations around the nation, or in the case of QuickTime TV, globally around the world. So you need a broadcast network. And lastly, of course, you need content. So these are the four things we've got to pull together to make QuickTime TV. Let's see how we're doing. On the television receiver, we've got the best one in the world in the QuickTime 4 player. Far superior in quality to anything else out there we know of. What about the television station? Well, we did a pretty radical thing with QuickTime 4 live internet streaming. Rather than base it on proprietary protocols like all of our competitors, we based it on totally open protocols, RTP, RTSP. And so anyone can write a server. Anyone can become a television station without having to pay us a server tax like they have to pay our competitors. And so in this totally open world, we even went one step further. We wrote a server conforming to these open standards called the QuickTime Streaming Server, and we're giving it away. There is no server tax. And we're giving it away in two forms. We're giving it away to run on Mac OS X server, and we're giving it away under our open source model called the Darwin Streaming Server. You can go to our website and download the full source code with full rights to use this off our website, and 25,000 people have downloaded this. 25,000. It's now running on Linux and a bunch of other operating systems, and people all over the place are starting to ask now, why should we have to pay for server software? Because they don't anymore, and they get higher quality to boot. So that is our television station. Anybody can become a television station now on the internet without having to pay